Namaste. Please subscribe to get more updated videos please. మరిన్ని అప్డేటెడ్ వీడియోల కొరకు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయగలరు. థ్యాంక్ యూ. Hi friends. The importance of English pronunciation with neutral accent today. We see many people usually feel that they don't understand English news when they listen, though they know English. Yes, right. As I said in my previous video, the pronunciation of English has become a bit hard to listen and understand even for small words today. That's why neutral accent comes into play. Recent survey in the pronunciation of many people exhibited the fact that married men produce the sounds of English language with the influence of their mother tongue. As a teacher, I submitted a paper and took part in the survey in international journals explaining many tips and rules regarding the speech. I am presenting here a very few natural words and its pronunciation in neutral accent. Let's go for such words. Word champion, usually pronounced with champion, but the word has to be pronounced with champion. Whenever there is pion, we have to pronounce as pian. Example, my brother is a champion. And the same pronunciation starts with audience. Instead of audience, we have to pronounce it as audience. Example is call the audience. And when it's RIOUS and the words of similar usually pronounced with rious, serious, various, and serious cases have been registered. A newspaper, and usually pronounced as news, but actually they pronounce as newspaper. Even for the radio, a video, and pronunciation the first of the last vowel is pronounced as wo, not of yo. So read newspaper with good pronunciation. So here, whenever there is DP, it becomes D has to be deleted or D becomes B. Read newspaper with good pronunciation. Magazine. Instead of magazine, we have to pronounce it magazine. And go and get the magazine from the library. Library name it is library. And the another one is clock. Please call the clock. And who is the clock here? And for the pronunciation of CLOCK, it is to be just a difference is it's 10 o'clock now. We have to just change it. And the another word is precious, precious. So CIOS is always pronounced precious. So there are certain words of like this, and use a process time for learning. And the same is official is not good to pronounce, and it is always pronounced as official. CIL is shall. Consider the official matters. Next is behavior. Instead of behavior, we have to pronounce as behavior, and usually such type of pronunciation can be listened over TV. Please control his behavior. Pa. Instead of power, we can pronounce it as pa. It's the power of parliament to take action. And the another is manners. So R should be silent, and whenever there is RS, it has to be pronounced as Z. And I have talked about this in the previous pronunciation video. Manners. Maintain manners at schools. Instead of maintain, TIN should be pronounced as tin. Certain, maintain. That is, maintain manners at schools. Then colony will be pronounced as colony. O should be deleted. Colony. And he never goes to colony. And another word is called chocolate. So LAT is to be pronounced lit when it is added, or it is we call it as suffix chocolate. Right. It's also called as bucket, ticket. Distributes the chocolates among all. Then another word is called mountain. We have already discussed this mountain, T-I-N, certain mountain, which is the highest mountain. Instead of highest, S-T, whenever there is S-T, and it should be better, avoid T. So, which is the highest mountain. And another is religion. Most of the people pronounce it as religion, but it is religion, relative, recit. So all these related to the same. Don't count religion anywhere. See, don't count religion anywhere. I have here pronounced by deleting t in don't and count t has been deleted. So then is don't count religion anywhere. Decision. So instead of decision, we have to pronounce this as decision, though we never pronounce it to our people, but even in a small videos which we always display to our students, and they usually the videos voice will be in such a way. And that's why most of the students or the people never understand the pronunciation of the videos. And that's why it is important to learn such words at least for listening that instead of speaking to the others. You see our decision in this matter, and it's what they call tradition. It's their tradition to dance. And another word is called prisoner. Instead of prisoner, we have to delete R, call prisoner. Be careful about the prisoner. And the word is button. Button, T-O-N, whenever it is T-O-N, we have to better avoid O and pronounce it button, cotton, mutton. So it is called keep the button properly. And another word is called the small word garden. So instead of garden, we can pronounce it as garden. So deleting of all the vowels in the midst. Who is in the garden? And another word is another. Another. I wanted the work. Instead of I have, we can easily pronounce it as I. Usually we listen even from the videos too in such a way. I wanted work. And then the word is called useless. Instead of less, we have to pronounce as less. And wherever we receive this less, we have to pronounce as less only, not less. Useless. And the fuel is also called full, beautiful. Instead of full, useful. So instead of that, we can use it as useless, useful. It's useless to discuss without learning. 1, 2. And these are the words where we have to delete in the midst of some words. Let's go for that. So most of the people usually say wanna, W-A-N-N-A. And many people have also asked me this, and they pronounce is as wanna instead of want to. I wanna go. It means I want to go. So T has to be deleted here, and most of the people in the pronunciation, when we look at this voice, they pronounce as P for B and T for D, and instead of that, and that's why they pronounce letters instead of letters. So whenever there is T, they usually delete it, and that's why most of the cases usually in call internet, they pronounce as internet in the midst of T. Then I want to go there, and here we have deleted TT, and this call lost date. So not day, whenever there is a lost ST, T has to be deleted, all lost date. This is lost date, actually it is lost day. I have written this, but actually in English it is date. It has to be as lost date or lost day. Which is the lost day to apply? Don't go. See, T has been deleted, that's why it has become don't go. Don't go there. Happened. NED. E is deleted here, happened. So what happened to him? Happened should be avoided. Football. Here T has been deleted, so we pronounce as football. The football player has suddenly demised. So SCD is always pronounced as T. SCD is T. Missed, faced. So that is the pronunciation tip. So another word is every. He has deleted in the midst of word every. Every student must attend, not must attend. Must instead of must we have to pronounce as is must. Here I'm telling you not to pronounce this to the students or not to pronounce mandatorily compulsory to the people, but almost all the people are present today. They listen to the videos and they can't understand what they speak in the videos, and so there is much importance of learning some pronunciation tips, how they pronounce it. When we learn these, automatically we can easily listen to the words properly. Then another word is called unit test. Unit tester will become weak to here, and that's why T has to be deleted in unit. So unit test, and we are writing the unit test. Next week, see, this becomes somewhat different. Listen, next week. So T has been deleted. Come and meet me next week. Come and means whenever there is ND, we have to delete as D. So come and meet me next week. 1000 we have already discussed. A and D should be pronounced as D is to be deleted. Husband, 1000. Land, land. How much land is there? Her bike, instead of her bike, we can pronounce it as her bike. HER is in this word, R is to be deleted. Her bike. Let him go. See, I pronounced it as let him go. Instead of that, let him go. So T has become da and H become him. Let him go. She takes a bike everywhere. Good poem. So whenever DP comes in this week, it becomes da. We have already discussed in the other video called good morning. So good poem. Or we can delete D called good poem. Father was written a good poem. Good night. And people usually say good night. That becomes somewhat vague. So it is better pronouncing good night instead of good night. So good night to all. That soap, that should be pronounced as I have said many times in this video. T is to be deleted. That's why it becomes the soap. Wash with the soap. You done, not you have done. You done. So instead of you have done, we can pronounce it as you done good job. And then is I'll go. So instead of will, we have to pronounce is I'll go. And then lots of them, T has to be deleted and say we can say lots of them, and even of becomes a. Lots of them. Lot of them are waiting at the college. So we can pronounce it as a. So these are the some of the words where you can listen, relax, and learn to listen from the videos. So thank you very much, and we'll go for some other words in other video. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching this video, please.